component of an attitude. First, cognitive. Cognitive is the opinion or belief segment of an attitude. Second, affective. Affective is the emotional or feeling segment of an attitude. Third, behavioral. Behavioral is an intention to behave in a certain way towards someone or something. Those three components create of an attitude. Attitudes are evaluative statement or judgment concerning object, people, or event. Attitudes are made up of three components. The cognitive component is made up of the belief in the way things are. The affective component is the more critical part of the attitude as it is caused upon the emotion or feelings. The behavioral component describes the intention to behave in a certain way towards someone or something. These three components work together to aid in our understanding of the complexity of an attitude.
Does behavior always follow from attitude? Leon Festinger said no, the reverse is sometimes true. Cognitive dissonance, any incompatibility between two or more attitudes or between behavior and attitudes. Individuals seek to reduce this uncomfortable gap or dissonance to reach stability and consistency. Consistency is achieved by changing the attitudes, modifying the behaviors, or through rationalization. Desire to reduce dissonance depends on, first, importance of elements, second, degree of individual influence, and third, rewards involved in dissonance.
Moderating variables. The most powerful moderators of the attitude-behavior relationship are importance of the attitude, correspondence to behavior, accessibility, existence of social pressure, personal and direct experience of the attitude. Some variables do moderate the relationship between attitude and behavior. These factors include the importance of the attitude, the correspondence of the attitude to behavior, the accessibility of the attitude, the existence of social pressure on behavior, and the personal and direct experience of the attitude. These variables will impact the ability to predict how a certain attitude will predict behavior.
What are the major job attitudes? First, job satisfaction is a positive feeling about the job resulting from an evaluation of its characteristics. Second, job involvement is degree of psychological identifications with the job where perceived performance is important to self-worth. Third, the psychological empowerment is belief in the degree of influence over the job, competence, job meaningfulness, and autonomy. The field of organizational behavior focuses on how attitudes will influence the workplace. There are several major job attitudes we will look at throughout the book. The first is job satisfaction, which is the positive feeling about the job resulting from an evaluation of its characteristics. The second is job involvement. Job involvement looks at the degree of psychological identifications with the job. An additional job attitude is psychological empowerment, the belief in the degree of influence over the job, competence in the job, and job meaningfulness.
Another major job attitude, organizational commitment, identifying with a particular organization and its goal, while wishing to maintain membership in the organization. 3 dimensions. First, affective. Affective is emotional attachment to organization. Second, continuous commitment. Continuous commitment is economic value of staying. Third, normative. Normative is moral or ethical obligation. Has some relation to performance, especially for new employers. Less important now than in the past. Now, perhaps more of an occupational commitment, loyalty to profession rather than a given employer. A very important job attitude is organizational commitment or identifying with a particular organization and its goals. There are 3 dimensions to this job attitude: affective, continuous commitment, and normative. Organizational commitment has been found to have some relationship to performance and in particular for new employers. Over the years, this may be losing importance as people are tending to be more loyal to their profession than to a given employer.
Perceived organizational support or POEs. Degree to which employees believe the organizational value their contribution and cares about their well-being. Higher when rewards are fair, employees are involved in decision-making and supervisors are seen as supportive. High POEs is related to higher OCBs and performance. Employee engagement. The degree of involvement with satisfaction with and enthusiasm for the job. Engaged employees are passionate about their work and company. Perceived organizational support is the degree to which employees believe the organizational value their contribution and cares about their well-being. Perception of fairness is a key factor in determining employees' willingness to work hard for the organization. Employee engagement goes beyond just job satisfaction and includes involvement and enthusiasm for the job. The more engaged the worker is, the more passionate they will be about their work.
Are these job attitudes really distinct? There is a high degree of overlap between the different job attitudes. If a worker has higher job satisfaction, they tend to be more engaged and show a stronger commitment to the organization. Researchers are looking into trying to find ways to measure the different attitudes to get at their distinctiveness. Job satisfaction. One of the primary job attitudes measured. Broad term involving a complex individual summation of a number of disparate job elements. How to measure? Single global rating. One question, one answer, pass. Summation score. Many questions, one average, okay. Are people satisfied in their jobs? In the US, yes, but level appears to be dropping. Results vary by employee facets of the job. Pay and promotion are the most problematic elements. Job satisfaction is defined as a positive feeling about a job resulting from an evaluation of its characteristics. This is an important job attitude because it incorporates so many of other measures. There are multiple ways to measure job satisfaction, but the most accurate way to ask the question if people are satisfied in their jobs and provide them with a scale to report their degree of satisfaction. People are generally satisfied in their jobs in the United States, but over the last several years, job satisfaction has been decreasing. When work is divided up into facets, results vary. Typically, workers are more satisfied with the work itself and co-workers, while remaining less satisfied with promotion and pay.
Pay has an influence on job satisfaction but not as much as one might think. Typically, once a worker exceeds $400 per year, pay has limited impact on the level of satisfied workers. Personality tends to be a bigger influence in job satisfaction levels. People who have a negative outlook on life tend to be less satisfied with their job. In addition, workers who have a strong sense of self-evaluation more satisfied.
Employee responsive to dissatisfactions. First, exit. Behavior directed towards leaving the organization. Second, voice. Active and constructive attempts to improve conditions. Third, neglect. Allowing conditions to worsen. Fourth, loyalty. Passively waiting for conditions to improve. When employees are dissatisfied with their jobs, they have four basic responses they can utilize. These options are divided into active and passive choices. The active options are exit and voice. If employees select to exit, they choose to leave or move in the directions of leaving the organization. invoice, the employees will work towards active and constructive attempts to improve conditions. The passive options are neglect and loyalty. Employees may choose to neglect their work and just allow conditions to worsen, or they may choose to remain loyal to the organizations and just wait for change.
Outcomes of job satisfaction. Job performance. Satisfied workers are more productive and more productive workers are more satisfied. The causality may run both ways. Organizational citizenship behaviors. Satisfaction influence exhibits job perfections of fairness. Customer satisfaction. Satisfied frontline employees increase customer satisfaction and loyalty. Absenteeism. Satisfied employees are moderately less likely to miss work. When employees are satisfied with their work, there are many positive outcomes in the workplace. However, the inverse is true as well. If employees are dissatisfied in their work, the same job outcomes will be negatively